Hello, my name is Paige and today I'm going to be talking about my Accutane journey. The reason I wanted to talk about this is because this is not my first time with Accutane and I would love to play the big sister role, tell you the pros, the cons, my recommendations, and also document the journey. So come along with me and I'll tell you all about my acne history, show you week by week how my skin is doing, and give you all the recommendations for managing life on Accutane. I wanted to start off by giving you my skin history because I feel like that is very important with understanding why I am on Accutane and why I'm on Accutane for the second time. So I first started getting acne when I was in the 3rd grade, which means I was 8 years old. I have been dealing with acne pretty much my entire life. It started pretty mild, but under my nose and on my chin, and I believe I visited a dermatologist for the first time when I was 10 years old. We tried pretty much every treatment that they have available. I did doxycycline, minocycline, clindamycin, all of the Retin-A. Basically, I tried everything that they can offer you. And by the time I was 13, my dermatologist basically said, "We've done everything. Your acne is very stubborn, and I think it's time to go onto Accutane." Hearing about Accutane for the first time can be so intimidating. I just remember being 13, sitting in the dermatology office, hearing them talk about severe birth defects, depression, extremely dry and cracked lips, and I was like, "You're gonna do this to me?" But at the end of the day, acne was affecting my mental health so severely that I decided that my best choice was probably to go on it. I had been dealing with it far too long and nothing else was helping. So what my doctor did was he put me on a very, very low dose. I was doing 40 milligrams a week and now I'm doing 40 milligrams a day. And I did that from 8th grade, maybe 9th grade, I can't remember exact dates, until the very, very end of my senior year. And my skin did clear up, and I did experience side effects, but supposedly those side effects are less than what I would have experienced if I was on a higher dose for a shorter amount of time. I stopped Accutane at the end of my senior year and my skin was flawless. I would say it lasted like that for about a year until February of 2019, and that's when things started to come back. They weren't super bad until I went on to birth control for the first time, and then everything exploded. Before, my most severe breakouts were on my forehead, and after, it was on the sides of my face, which is super interesting. I decided to just deal with it. I was doing over-the-counter skincare products, trying to just manage it that way, until about a year ago I decided to go back into the dermatologist and see what he said. He ended up putting me on tretinoin and doxycycline, but pushing me to do Accutane. I just mentally was not in the place to do that. I felt like I had just resolved all my side effects from being on Accutane for so long, and I was going to be moving across the country away from my family for the first time in the summer, and I wanted to be out by the pool. I didn't want to worry about sunburning. I didn't want to worry about the depression, the joint pain. I wasn't in the right spot. So I did doxycycline and tretinoin. I tapered the doxycycline at the end of summer. And while I was on doxycycline and tretinoin, my skin cleared up beautifully. I was thriving. I loved it. But as soon as I tapered the doxycycline, it all started to come back. And I just decided, you know what? If I'm going to do Accutane again, now is the time. I am here. I can go to my appointments and get it over with. I don't have to worry about when I want kids. Now is the time to do it. So here I am. I took my first dose of my second round of Accutane yesterday. I am on 40 milligrams. And this is my skin. Just a quick check. I'll insert the video of me doing more up close. I want to recommend some of the products that I have used on Accutane in the past and what I have done to prepare myself to be on Accutane again. The first thing that I did was buy myself a humidifier. I live in Utah, which has a very extremely dry climate, and I felt like a humidifier would help me prevent super dry and cracked skin. The other things I did was I went and I stocked up on Aquaphor. This is your saving grace on Accutane. You can layer it on top of your other moisturizer. It's great for your lips. It's great for the inside of your nose. Lifesaver. Necessary. Do not go on Accutane without getting Aquaphor. I also brought eye drops. I don't know if I will use these a ton, but I did work at an eye doctor office and I saw a lot of patients on Accutane with severely dry eyes. I bought the preservative-free kind. They have less of a chance of irritating your eyes. They are a little bit more expensive and normal eye drops work fine. This is just me. After working at an eye doctor, I like the preservative-free ones. This is my Accutane. As you can see, they are 40 milligram tablets. I take 1 a day. And I will continue updating you as time goes on. The other moisturizer that I use, I can't show you because it is being used as a makeshift tripod right now, but it is the Cetaphil body, like the thickest moisturizer that they have. I love it. I've been using it for over a year now. Keeps me nice and hydrated. It's the perfect consistency. And then when you layer it with Aquaphor, if you need to, it just locks in all of that moisture. And that's all I have to say for today, but I will continue to document the journey. The rest of my check-ins will not be this long. I will just do a quick skin check, tell you how I'm feeling, tell you if any side effects have cropped up, and see you next week probably. Okay, today I hit 1 week on Accutane. Here is my skin. I think it looks a lot worse on camera. It's about the same amount of breakouts that I usually have. So I thought it would be a lot worse. I have dealt with dry lips, but nothing too extreme. And I've noticed that when I dry my face off with a towel, my skin tries to slough off. But other than that, haven't had a ton of dryness. Haven't had any joint pain, which I was worried about. And I will update you again either when I have a new symptom or maybe my next appointment. We'll see. Okay, excuse my wet hair. I just got out of the shower after the gym. It's also why my face is a little bit red. Also ignore my laundry hanging up. I don't have a drying rack. My skin, again, I feel like it always looks worse on camera, but I'm not having too many new breakouts, but the ones that I do have are really big and it's really tempting to pop them, but I'm trying to resist. The main reason I wanted to hop on here is to say that the joint pain has really set in this week. I already had kind of hip issues before and they did flare up last time I was on Accutane, so I was expecting it. I was happy last week when I didn't really have it, but this week I'm really feeling it. It's not fun, but it's not to the point where I can't walk. So pop an ibuprofen if I need it. And I'm good to go. I've also been trying to stretch a lot. Don't know if that actually helps, but that's what I've been doing. I've also felt that in my knees a little bit. I don't know. That's just the only other side effect. Oh, and I got a little rash over here this week, but it's clearing up. I think it just got really dry. I wasn't going to record because of how red my face is right now, but I figured that is a side effect, so might as well show it. Anyway, I am 3 weeks on Accutane. I honestly thought my skin would be at a way worse place than it is at this point. I thought it would be painful because I have had painful cystic acne in the past. Honestly, I'm doing good. Here it is. I swear it looks so much worse on camera every time I record. I have 3 active pimples on my entire face, which is unheard of for me. So I've got these 2 right here, and then this one up here by my eyebrow. The rest are healing. They're doing good. But I have gotten some breakouts down here, which is interesting because that's not a place that I usually break out. Anyway, I'm not mad. I feel like it's going well so far. I've noticed my lips are a little bit more dry. I just use Aquaphor at all times of the day, every hour. And then I have had more joint pain. I don't know if I reported that last time, but I've had joint pain in that hip that I've always had a problem with. So I don't think it's gonna get worse, but I'll update you if it does. I wanted to show a close-up to show that it really isn't active acne. I had a really bad breakout in December around here and it's still scarred. So it really is just this active one right there. Hello, we are 1 month on Accutane. Here's my skin. I say this every week, but I do think it looks better in person. I feel like camera makes it look a lot worse. I just got back from the dermatologist. He upped my dose. So instead of doing 40 milligrams a day, I'm going to be doing 40 milligrams every other day and 80 milligrams in between those days, hoping that that gets it over with sooner. He knows that in the summer I'm planning on being outside a lot with selling pest control, so he's like, I really don't want you to be on a high dosage of Accutane when you're going to be outside so much, so we're going to drop the dosage in the summer and then I'll finish out on my own. It was my last in-person visit. The next ones will be over the phone, so that's exciting as well. I thought that it would be so much worse at this point. I thought 1 month out, I would be like, my skin is painful, it's breaking out more than it usually does, but I actually think it's doing so good, and I'm really happy about that. And you know what? I'm a quarter of the way through, and I just feel really hopeful. I have had the joint pain. It only flares up sometimes, so it's not like a constant pain. And then I've had the dryness, but the only time I've noticed it being really bad is when I'm skiing. And as we go throughout the next couple months, I'm going to be skiing less and less. So I'm not too worried about it. Hopefully with upping the dose, it doesn't change anything, but I'll keep you updated. I don't think I've filmed an update since I got my dosage upped. Ignore if you hear any sounds in the background, that's my washer. The week after I got it upped, I was in Florida and forgot to do an update. And then last week I just also forgot. So here I am. It is towards the end of March. It's March 24th right now. I do feel like my skin is doing good. I say this every single week, but then I look in the camera and I'm like, wait, maybe not. If you look here, I have one or two popping up right here. These are all healing really well. It's just scars. And then on this side, I've got this one healing, and then I've got these coming in. The doctor said that this would be the month that I saw the most improvement, and I will say that I've seen improvement, but now I'm getting to the point where I am like frustrated when I do see one pop up, which I always reach this point, and I'm hoping that by the end of treatment, I won't be having breakouts like this anymore, but you never know. I don't know. I'm frustrated. I'm just trying to last it out. When I was in Florida 2 weeks ago, I was having a ton of joint pain in my hip. Like, it was hard for me to even lay down because I couldn't get back up again. And I think that it had a lot to do with the air pressure. When there's lots of storms, I noticed that it's worse, because once I got back to Utah and there weren't storms, it wasn't as bad. The other thing I've noticed is that my cheeks are so flushed. Nobody was pointing it out. I was noticing it before, but nobody was pointing it out until like the last 2 weeks. So I think the face flushing and the joint pain has been my biggest symptom. I've also had where I feel very angry, and I don't know if that's an Accutane thing or not. This is me being very super transparent. I did like blow up at one of my husband's friends. I think that it was a valid reason. However, I haven't had a blow up like that since high school, and when I think about it, the last time I was on Accutane was in high school. So I kind of have to put the puzzle pieces together, and I do think that my anger is a symptom. So I don't get the depression side of things, but I do get a little bit angry. And I think now that I understand that and I know that, I know what to look for and I can manage it. Yeah. I'll keep you updated. Hello, we are 9 weeks on Accutane. I am a lot less frustrated this week than I was in past weeks. If you look at my skin, I have one active zit, the rest is scarring, which I think is pretty big improvement since last time I talked. My next appointment with the dermatologist is on Tuesday, so we'll see if he ups my dose or not. I'm hoping not, for my husband's sake, but it would be nice to get it done with really quick. I didn't end up recording a skin update update last week because I feel like every really good week is followed by a more frustrating week. I had my visit with the dermatologist and I thought that I was a little bit over halfway because they originally told me it would be a 4-month course of Accutane, but my doctor did tell me that it will end up being 5 months. I won't finish until the end of July, which I'm kind of sad about. He told me also that the anger side effect that I was feeling is very real. So that is in fact a side effect. My lip has been cracking in the corners, which is why I just have Aquaphor slathered all over. My joint pain hasn't been quite as bad though. So I'm sad that I actually am not as far along as I thought, but my skin is doing good, especially on this side. I feel like I haven't had any acne on this side in a while. This, all on my chin is just dry skin. And then over here, I have one active pimple. And then these are super dark because I had a breakout last week, which is another reason why I didn't record. I was very frustrated with my skin. I had a couple pimples down here and then 2 right here. So now those are healing up. I just have this one. But overall, I've been able to wear less makeup. I feel like I've noticed less pigmentation in the scarring. I feel like it's starting to heal up, especially on this side. So hopefully in the next couple weeks, I start to see results consistently. I have not done an Accutane update in so long. It's probably been a month. Things have been super crazy with moving to Massachusetts. We were in a hotel for a couple weeks. That's probably the last time I recorded an update. We are now in our apartment. I'm like fully selling. It's been a whole lot of everything right now. You'll have to excuse my hair. I have been out selling all day and then I was just laying down about to take a nap. I just thought I would do a quick little update. My skin is doing so good. I should almost be done with Accutane. At the most, I think I have a month left. My next doctor's appointment is in a week. Here is an update on my skin. It is completely cleared up. There is no active acne. It looks like I have a zit right here, but it's really itchy, so I'm pretty sure it's a bug bite actually. Here's the other side. And before Accutane, as I'm sure I showed, this was my problem area, the sides of my face, and right now they're about the clearest. I feel like scars are starting to clear up. They're not as like dark as they were before. I still have a few darker ones like that one, which actually looks like a freckle at this point. And then the ones on my cheeks stayed pretty dark, but skin is doing well. I'm super happy with how things are turning out. Hopefully I'll be off of Accutane soon because it's very expensive and I'm sick of paying for it. This is one of my very last Accutane updates. Here is my skin without any like face makeup on. It is completely clear right now. I do have scarring, but even the scarring I feel like is starting to clear up, and hopefully that will continue to be the case over like the next year. I'm interested to see how well the clear skin sticks this time around. Last time it came back probably like almost a year after I was on Accutane, but I don't think I ever actually finished like a full course. Even though I was on it for 4 years, I don't think I actually finished all of the pills. And this time I will. I have 2 weeks left, or 2 packs. It's somewhere around 2 weeks. And I'm feeling pretty good. Just praying it doesn't come back. I am about to hit 2 weeks off of Accutane on Saturday. It is currently Thursday. This is my skin without makeup on. So I think Accutane did a pretty dang good job for me. The only other thing I could do to really help my skin, I think, is to stop taking birth control, which I'm not gonna do right now, but it is an option in the future. Because I'm on a progesterone only type of birth control, it can cause acne. So if my acne does come back or flare up, that is probably what I would do next. Overall, my biggest symptoms were dryness. Obviously, I feel like that's everybody on Accutane. And then also probably a little bit of like emotional things and joint pain. But everything else was really manageable. I am very happy with how things have turned out. I definitely was on it longer than I wanted to be, but for the result, I think it definitely was worth it.